Hello, Guardians, and welcome to Destiny Reset Episode 90. This podcast is about anything and everything related to Destiny the game. If you love playing Destiny as much as we do, you're in the right place. This reset, we descend again into the Vault of Glass, we continue the hype for Destiny 2, and we wrap it up with questions from the Derp fam. Hello, Guardians, and welcome. It is me, Arrow Knight, and of course, here with me is my pal, Cyborg Sasquatch. What's up, dude?
Hey, buddy.
How are you?
I'm doing well. Better than I was last weekend.
Yeah, we were just talking about how we both decided to get some version of a sinus infection this week.
We both tried to call in sick and realized that it wasn't going to fly because we were both sick.
It's like, sorry, man. Let's just try to get rid of the nasally voices.
Suck it up. So I don't sound like this talking out of my nose.
The entire show.
Yeah. But we're here, even though, for you guys,
yes,
we're going to suffer through it.
We're going to do it. We can do this.
Got plenty of fun stuff to talk about this week, man.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we've got things to talk about. Things to update the listeners with.
But first, it's time for my geography lesson of the week. Just kidding. We don't have any geography lessons this week. Not because you guys didn't send it in, but because we have decided with many deliberations. Can I get some taps? The geography lesson is going to be retired, guys. It's been a fun time putting these together for you every week. I think we've almost done 90. Saying that this is episode 90. Features around the world from you, the listener, and it has been a blast hearing from all you guys. And I don't want them to stop. We're going to do something different with this outside the show, but in the best interest of us and all the listeners, and some changes that we're going to make to the show, we're going to retire this wonderful segment.
People love a geography lesson, man.
They do.
Yep, like you said, it will
come
bring
back
it
in some format.
Yeah, some way, somehow.
Absolutely. So, but thank you again so much for, I guess, what's the word I'm looking for here? Bearing with me through 90 of those excruciating.
It originally started with just
reads.
Shouting out continents and countries.
Yeah. So that being said, on that note, you want to tell the listeners about some things we're going to be doing coming up here?
Yes, we are, as Mr. Cyborg kind of mentioned there, we're kind of taking a look at the show format and just kind of restructuring it a bit. Yes.
It's going to be sleeker and sexier than ever.
You're going to love it.
It's going to be
not
great.
going to change so much that you're not even going to know what you're listening to. It's just going to change slightly that it just seems more streamlined, I think.
It's like that's summer when Patty from 8th grade came back, and in 9th grade, she was like a whole different girl. Suddenly, you got butterflies in your tummy. It's going to be like that feeling.
Sometimes I wonder where this stuff comes from, Cyborg.
I don't know, man. Just off the top of my head sometimes. So we're going to make some changes here and there, and we're going to test drive it this episode. So get ready, and we want to hear your feedback on the show. If we axe something you dearly loved, we'd love to hear it. And maybe we axe something that you hated and you're happy it's gone. Let us know.
Do we want to give them just a quick little template of the change?
Well, let's just show them.
Let's just show them. It's not going to change much, guys. We're just reordering a few things, tweaking it a bit. You're going to like it.
Oh, before I forget, we do have one announcement real quick.
Yes.
One of the Derp fam asked me to make sure to mention that if you are attending Guardian Con 17, if you're a member of the Derp fam or even just a listener and you are looking to find an awesome place to stay, the unofficial, official Derp fam house still has openings.
Ooh, snap.
You're going to want to jump on that And so they wanted me to mention, I think you want to get in touch with Fluffy Fingers MD.
Yes.
He's a good guy to talk to about that if you're interested in staying on a really beautiful house that they are renting. I can tell you that you are promised a wonderful time if you stay in this house, because there's going to be really cool people. There's going to be lots of congregating at this abode, and it'll be the place to be. You'll probably end up there anyways, even if you don't stay there. So why not bunk up?
Is that his Twitter handle also, I believe? Yes. So if you need to get in touch, it's Fluffy Fingers MD on Discord and Twitter.
There you go.
Just like it sounds.
Okay. Back to the show.
Yes.
All right. So first change coming up, we're going to get into the news a little early every episode. You ready for some news?
I am. Actually, here's some news outside of Destiny. Yes.
I almost forgot.
I, myself, Arrow, may not be on the show next week. I probably won't be. My family is welcoming a new little light to our crew. So, with that said, yes, we are extremely excited. So, with that said, I'll miss you guys next week.
Your first break in 90 episodes.
Yes, and
it's as good a time as any.
Yes, have some family time. So, anyways, just a heads up.
Yep.
And yeah, we're excited.
Keep your eyes peeled to Twitter for announcements of said arrival, right?
Right.
You can at least let us know when it takes place.
Yes, exactly.
And I'll be here next week with a guest co-host.
Ooh.
Keeping you guys
informed
and reset it up. So the show must go on, as they say, right?
Exactly, sir.
All right.
Well,
I don't know if it's going to be the same without you.
Dude, you know what? If I start blowing up your phone with texts because we didn't get in our hour chat together.
I know.
Just roll with me, man. Just
prepare for a 3-hour show the week after that. So news in Bungie news, we've got this week at Bungie. I don't think we had any other major headlines this week that I'm familiar with.
Yeah, I don't know that they could top the last couple weeks, so instead they just didn't really give us much.
Yeah, in case you've been under a rock, Destiny 2 was announced last week. Kind of hard to top that. Yes,
I guess they did try. I mean, we got a couple things in the TWAB, but
yeah, there's a couple things to talk about. They kind of allude to the fact that from here on, we're going to be, they said in their quote, we're standing between two worlds, the world of Destiny 1 and the world of Destiny 2 that they'll be showing us incrementally as they do. So we're going to be hearing a lot about both of those pieces of software. But
did you have a moment like I did when you were reading that first paragraph? You're like, wow, we are actually here.
Is this real life?
Yeah, is this real? Wow. It's a regular thing in the TWAB now. Destiny 2 is in the paragraph.
I can't believe it's like a actual thing that they can say finally. It's kind of funny because I saw tweets I think last week where all the staff, they were issued like a really cool Destiny 2 shirt, and on the back it had like Destiny 2 I think development team and all the different Bungie staff members that I follow were like, oh, I'm so excited I can finally like announce and show off what I'm working on, you know.
Yep.
This is real.
Can you imagine? Yeah, just sitting on that, just sitting on it.
Yup. Absolutely.
Cool stuff, though.
But speaking of Destiny 2, they went ahead and plugged the Destiny 2 gameplay premiere live stream event May 18th. Not far, man. Not far away, about 30, 40 days. We're literally going to see gameplay.
Yeah, it's crazy. At first glance, it seems like super far away, but then when you actually look at it with normal...
Dude, it's going to be here before
eyes.
you know it.
Yeah, it's not that far away. And to like you just put it, to think it's actual gameplay of the sequel to this game that we love. I mean, I just get chills.
The biggest thing I'm thinking about, which I feel like should be the last thing on my mind, is I wonder if the game is just going to look different.
I know.
Does that make sense?
It's so... I know exactly what you mean. Like, I think I know what I'm expecting, and then I'm like, wait a second, I have no idea what we could see or expect or what it's going to look like.
Like the art style could be different.
Yeah, exactly. And I totally nerd out on like interfaces and menus and stuff like that.
Yeah, the UI.
So like the UI is going to, I mean, I just love the UI in games, especially obviously well done. Like Destiny 1 is gotten streamlined. So
they've won awards for that UI.
Yeah, it just gets me. I don't know. It's you're hitting it spot on, dude. It's
definitely exciting. And as a player, I should be thinking about like, I wonder what kind of subclass abilities we'll see, or guns, or what enemies we'll be fighting. But I'm just thinking about what's it gonna look like.
Yeah, what is it gonna look like?
I think that says something though about the game, because it definitely has a very distinct signature look and feel to the game that really reinforces the very high quality that we expect from Bungie.
Right.
So I'm almost expecting them to really move the needle, so to speak, in that arena, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they can do, especially because the game is not going to be on any of the previous console generation.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
We've
talked about that so long ago. It's easy to forget that.
They can really like push the envelope this time, which is going to be exciting.
I mean, you think about what they've done with just some of the armor sets in Age of Triumph. That's what people were talking about. Just to think about, they've been working on this whole time, knowing that it's just for current gen consoles. It's
yeah.
We're gonna have to quit talking about it.
Yeah, no, it's good to wax on though. It's we're gonna be thinking a lot about this coming up until we see something. So
we're in such a good time frame right now, because it's just getting fed this information here and there until
it's a good
September.
Time to be a guardian, man.
Yep.
So and then moving on, we've got Iron Banner returning, and it's good old classic Control.
Yeah.
Which I'm excited about. I, believe it or not, enjoy some Iron Banner Control.
Yeah, actually, I'm kind of digging it myself this go around. Try to fit in a few games next week. I was wondering if it was going to be something crazy, random, just for fun, or if it was going to, go back
like,
to Clash of Control.
Like Mayhem Clash or something,
Yeah.
I would make it a point, if you are at all interested in completing your Age of Triumph record book, to be sure to play this week, because one of those nodes is to get to rank 5 on Iron Banner.
Oh, okay.
I think population is going to be high because of that.
Good point.
For a lot of players, kind of the vibe I'm picking up talking to people is this is probably going to be like the last month they expect to spend significant time in Destiny, for many, not for all, but like for a lot of my more casual friends, they're like, yeah, I'm going to do like XYZ and then I'm probably going to put it away for a while. So
yeah,
for many, this could be the last Iron Banner of Destiny 1, and if it doesn't return, maybe the last Iron Banner they ever play.
Yeah. That's a good point.
Ominous.
And don't forget, of course, it's always Dirt Fam Banner.
That's right. Dirt Fam Banner will be back in full effect.
Yes. Make it a point to go out and meet the new members of the Dirt Fam.
If you haven't taken part of that, we basically use it as a excuse to pull the community together, and the concept is to jump into fire teams with folks and form up as many as you can. Don't necessarily stick with just your friends or just a specific set. If there's a group that needs somebody, you move to that group, and that's what a lot of the ambassadors and admin team will be doing.
Yes.
Is just jumping in, help forming a team, and then move on, do it again.
Yes.
And I have a ton of fun when we do this, because I get to play with a lot of different people. And
yes, man, that's the fun
fun
part. Yep.
Yeah.
We just kind of we'll Cyborg and I will be out and about. Yep, I'm hoping to play next week, even though with my exciting event going on,
I know, man, that might be hard for you.
Yeah, it definitely will not be first priority. But
yeah,
like you said, Dirt Fam Banner is still
maybe over the weekend,
awesome
next
time.
weekend.
Yeah,
you can get it.
Yep.
Well, cool. So this should be fun. I'm looking forward to it. And they're going to have the auto rifle, shotgun.
That auto rifle's cool. I actually I was goofing around with it a little bit this week.
At the unbent tree, is that right?
Yeah, I've got 2 of them. I actually think I dismantled one of them, but kept the better roll. But auto rifles still take a little long sometimes, but they are really fun to use. And this one, I don't know why. This one's kind of cool. I like using it.
It's definitely one of my favorite auto rifle gun models in the game.
I like this one,
really
and
cool.
Hacken's Hatchet is a cool one.
Yeah.
From the previous. Yep.
And then they're going to have armed pieces and class items. So if you don't have those, good time to pick them up. And of course, last Iron Banner was very rewarding, so you can expect a lot more rewards.
Yes.
And I think now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that year 1, 2, and 3 Iron Banner gear will drop post matches now. I think that was a change they made in the most recent patch.
Yeah, I can't remember for sure. I focused so much on the Trials one. I don't know that I registered the Iron Banner one.
I'm pretty sure that was a change that they made. Correct me if I'm wrong out there, guys. But if I am right, that means if you don't have any of the old really cool year 1, year 2 stuff, you'll have an opportunity to pick that up, possibly, if you play enough.
So did you? You're always really great at picking apart this.
The What's Up
Doc. Anything good this week, man?
Here's an interesting one I picked up. I haven't seen it, but some issues that they have confirmed are taking place. The Destiny game client may unexpectedly close if a player is respawning when a Knuckles of Ao, or Yao, however you want to pronounce it, consumable is redeemed. So don't hold X and activate those Knuckles if you might be about to respawn or get a res. Because it might kill the game and you might get booted.
Don't do it.
Yep.
Dude, this one's funny. Some players who own a Trials of Osiris Flawless emblem have not been rewarded the proper record book progress. I won't say funny. That kind of stinks.
That stinks for sure.
Yeah.
I've had this one occur. I think almost everybody. You can't purchase reciprocal runes, stolen runes, or moldering shards from Eris.
Oh.
Like you walk up, all the conditions are met, but it's grayed out.
Oh, wow.
So a lot of people are having a hard time getting a part of the quest from the speaker done because you have to do antiquated rune enemy kills. And so folks that don't have, maybe they need stolen runes to charge antiquated, etc. I had that problem. They can't buy them. So hopefully they fix that soon. That's kind of broken.
That I think that is the definition of broken.
Yeah, so those are some of the major ones. And then this last one, apparently, if you keep Treasure of Ages in your inventory after reset, some players are having an issue where you cannot earn further Treasure of Ages from weekly ritual activities. So that kind of stinks. So I would recommend you do not hoard those at this time.
Don't do it.
Just pop them, guys. They're just a bunch of trash anyways.
For some.
Let's be honest. I still don't have the skull.
We'll talk about that in a minute, sir.
All right. So that was some of the main stuff to keep an eye out for. Of course, they do mention the Destiny 2 beta, which is going to be coming up in July. If you want to take place in that, make sure to get your pre-order so you can get your code to activate on Bungie.net to grant access to the beta. It's public beta.
I activated both of my codes, and I felt like it only submitted one, but I guess we'll see. I don't know.
Just make sure you redeem your PS4 one first, because allegedly PS4 will get access to the beta first.
Interesting.
That's what I'm going to do.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what it was. When I submitted both of mine, the first one went fine, did the second one, and I was like, wait, did that actually go through? Something just seemed like it didn't submit. But that's okay. Hopefully one, as long as I get one.
You're going to be mad if everybody's playing and you only got the Xbox one to
yeah,
work.
Exactly.
You're going to be really upset. Bungie Bounty is
Holtzman.
Coming up this week. You may recognize him from formerly Planet Destiny, now full-time streamer and Destiny community podcast host. Guy that I admire very much.
Region, Tennessee.
For now. I think he's fixing to move to Seattle or something. So
I like that you said fixin', because we say that here where I'm from as well.
do y'all say fixin'?
We say fixin'.
Nice.
A little further north, and I think they stop.
What do they say instead of fixin'?
Going to? I'm going to?
Oh, that's just a waste of extra words.
It's like you don't even think about it. Like we're just north of pretty southern, but not so north that we still use the word fixin'.
You're not hick.
Yeah, so
You're not enough south to be hick.
I'm fixing to go wash the car.
Yeah.
Like, wait, you're gonna fix it, or
I'm fixing to wash the car.
I'm glad you said that. And something else in common, Cyborg.
That's good. That's good. I'm not the only one sounding like a Kune. Which we got to mention, Holtzman is using this opportunity to raise money for StackUp.org, which is a great organization. It's a veteran charity that supports the men and women of the military through youth support and donations of video games. I can get behind that.
Yes.
It's taking place April 10th, which will have occurred by the time you hear this, but it shouldn't stop you from still, if you want to go support this, go donate to StackUp.org for a good cause.
I like it.
All right, and then movie of the week, we had some, of course, Solo 390 Crota full raid.
Like instant.
And then we've got Solo 390 Templar challenge mode.
Good grief, man.
I cannot even imagine how that's possible.
Yeah, you're going to tell us about that, aren't you?
Yeah, dude. Oh.
Okay.
Well, just you wait. And then a Destiny 2 trailer wrap by our friend Daddy Fat Snaps.
Excellent.
And he churns out these songs like on a weekly basis, it seems like now. I can't even imagine.
He was just, I noticed, he was Player Spotlight.
Mm-hmm.
And
not too long ago.
Yeah.
A couple weeks ago, I think.
Very cool. Oh, no, he's still on the front page. Still
Is
there.
he?
Player
Nice.
Focus. Yep.
Well, there you go. Go check him out. He's a cool guy.
Do it.
Very, genuine person. I like him, that about him. Like, when I met him, he's just, very down-to-earth dude. Cool
Plus,
guy.
he's got the Titan there. So, that's a plus.
He is a Titan. Yes. So that was this week at Bungie. That's all the major Bungie news. Couple things worth mentioning. Collector's editions returned this week. I don't know if they're still going to have them by the time this debuts, but those sold out on GameStop, and what other site had them? Maybe it was Target. And I've been patiently waiting because I didn't get to grab one. So
Did you just get the collector's edition? Is that what you were planning on? Just a collector's edition?
No, so I bought the digital deluxe, I guess is what it's called, for Xbox.
Okay.
That's what I pre-ordered from GameStop, and then I today pre-ordered the collector's edition bundle for PS4 because I will be planning on playing first on Xbox, so I won't have to worry about a physical disc arriving to play.
Okay. So, see, it's still always a hard choice for me because I did the deluxe or limited edition, whichever.
For Taken King.
Right? Yeah. Well, yeah. For Destiny 2 though, I did the same. I did the middle one for 100, and I went ahead and did physical for each console because. So there's always that. I want the stuff that's in there, but I want to also go digital on my main console. So it's like, where is the happy medium here?
So that's what I'm doing. So I'm getting digital for my main, and then the loot for my PS4 version.
Yeah.
So I don't have to worry about it because I would
That's a good point.
Like it to be on the system and ready.
Yeah. I may switch mine up and do that. Go digital on PS4.
That's what I'd do,
the
man.
opposite. Yeah.
That's what I would do. So that
but man, that box. I don't know what to say.
It's tough decisions, man.
Yep. Just two of them.
Yeah. And then that the collector's edition that went up today actually was a little bit different than the initial one in that, from what I can tell, it took a couple items out, namely I think the solar charger and a couple other, like the paracord bracelet and the blanket thing, solar blanket that came with it. And they put in for a little bit higher price. I think it's retail $295, but it's said on sale for $285 or something like that. You get the Lord Saladin figure that is made by the same company that did the Cade 6 figures, and it has 2 wolves that come with it, and then an engram pack and a tricorn keychain.
And that's the normal engram pack, right? Because they, of course, they look small but in the image, but it's the normal pack that we have already.
Yeah, the little stress balls.
Yeah. Yep.
So I ordered that, and I think I'll be cool with that.
Yeah, I think you will be too.
I think it'll be awesome sauce.
Very cool.
So, and allegedly there will be a collector's edition up on Amazon this weekend. So if you have not ordered something and you want to by the time the show goes live, go check out Amazon. They may have something there too. Could be a different version for all we know.
Yeah. They've got some strategery going on with these
tricks up their sleeves.
These bundles.
One last thing,
they're going to sell a few.
Worth mentioning, I had to bring up this week. Microsoft unveiled the Scorpio specifications.
Dude, I realized when you guys were chatting about this how so far behind this news I am with this Scorpio thing.
I forgive you because you're not Xbox main, dude.
It's like, wait a second. It's so weird because we've talked about this before, but I was PlayStation 2 guy and then 360 because the 360 was so amazing. And then now back to PS4. And, you kind of follow what your friends get as far as the console choice. And you guys were talking about the Scorpio, and I'm like, what? Are you serious? It's that powerful?
Yeah, dude.
Anyway, sorry, tell us.
From what I understand, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm pretty sure they promised 12 teraflops of processing power.
What?
We've got 8 custom by 86 cores at 2.3 gigahertz AMD processor, 12 gig DDR5 RAM, the 326 gigabyte per second bandwidth, terabyte hard drive, 4K UHD Blu-ray optical drive.
It's like, the PS4 Pro was like, okay, you want to do this in between the life cycle, that's fine. I mean, I don't feel like I need to get a Pro. And then I watching you guys talk about this thing, and I'm like, dude, this seems like another console. Wait a second, what is happening?
It really does. I mean, this thing is gonna just blow any other console out of the water. So they showed Digital Foundry a Forza Tech demo running at 60 frames per second in 4K, and they showed a screenshot. It looks freaking beautiful. So the advantage is going to provide, in case you're not familiar, Project Scorpio is basically like Xbox One on steroids. It'll run everything that they're going to release for the Xbox platform, but has the capability to do everything in native 4K. It's also going to increase the fidelity of anything you're playing in 1080p. So you're going to see some significant graphical fidelity on even your average game, just because of the power that's provided. So, more consistent frame rates, better textures, faster load times, et cetera, et cetera. These are all things we can look forward to. I personally can't wait to get my hands on this.
Does the actual physical appearance of it look different?
They have not shown off the form factor yet. No.
Okay. I'm wondering if it'll
probably
try
E3.
to look like, some version of the Xbox One, so it doesn't alienate it too much. But then again, I mean,
I think it's going to look sleeker and cooler.
Yeah.
It's got a built-in power supply. It's got water vapor cooling. Yeah.
Wow. It's always interesting. I love watching these two companies, with their new strategies, and they're competing with each other.
Yeah.
Healthy competition, because it's like, I forget the book that I read. I don't know if we've ever talked about this before. It was talked about how IBM was making the chips for both consoles. What was the name of that book? It was so interesting.
I can't remember either.
Anyways, but Sony is just, they've been doing so great the last many years.
Yeah.
And they've been doing so great with the fans. And it's just funny to see it go back and forth, because now Xbox is in that position where they're just working to get back to where the 360 was. Well, so they're just like,
it's like they switch positions.
Yeah.
Like last generation Xbox 360 really won the war, but PS3 was where the hardware power was at. Everything looked better.
Yep.
This generation, it really seems that PS4 is winning. It's definitely won in terms of sales.
I did not think 360. It was such a great UI, streamlined, the party system, everything was so great on that console. And they kind of, we don't have to get all into this, but they backtracked a little bit with Xbox One. But I never would have thought possible with how the PS3 was structured that they could do what they did with the PS4, and they did it.
Yeah, they took a big leap. They took a big leap.
Streamlined user interface, party system, and
But
you play your Xbox more than I do. I'm pretty content when I get on my Xbox now, though, with what they've done.
They just rolled out an update on Xbox One that I'm not too keen on, and I don't think a lot of people are either.
Layout? The new layout?
They change. I mean, the layout's not a ton different, but they changed how the home button works and stuff. And, it kind of works, but then it's like a single tap instead of a double tap now. And then you can't even hold it down to go home or anything like you used to. Like, you used to just be able to tap it once and go home.
Oh, wow.
So now there's more button presses. I don't know.
See, some of those little nuances that I don't even realize I can do on that console. And it's so weird, man, because I love my Xbox, man. I love if I can get on there and get myself to play Gears or something. But that book, I looked it up, The Race for a New Game Machine.
Yeah.
Creating the chips inside the 360 and the PS3. Definitely highly recommend reading that book. It's so interesting.
And it's funny because AMD makes both the PS and the Xbox chips now. Yeah, so sorry, Intel. Where was I going to go with this? But, okay, so here's the big question that everybody's asking. With Scorpio going to launch what everybody expects to be holiday season this year, we're wondering, is Destiny 2 going to take advantage of the 4K 60 frame per second capability of the Scorpio?
Yeah.
Will Destiny 2 run at 60 FPS? That's what everybody wants to know. You think they can do it?
I don't know.
I sure hope so.
Yeah, I sure hope so. Yeah, it's so weird
for our sake.
Yes, it's just weird to have the different hardware. I don't know. It's interesting. We're used to a world of 8 to 10 years of the same console, and then
I know
we get something new. It's cool though.
Can't fly like that anymore.
Yeah, keeps going.
Yeah, got to spend $500 more this year.
Yeah,
all right.
Exactly.
Awesome. So, well, I think that's all the news that I had for you.
Yeah, you got some nuggets there for us, man. I didn't realize you were gonna blast us with some of that fantastic stuff.
Had to dig deep, man. So, now that the news is out of the way, what do you say? We don't normally segue this way. It usually goes the other way.
Cyborg?
Yeah.
Newly introduced section of the show with the same old title. How was your reset, buddy?
It was very fun, actually.
You ran Baltic Glass, didn't you?
I did.
You did.
And we had a great time. Although, I at really times frustrating.
Now, once it's up for the weekly, we can go run it anytime after this, right?
Yes.
So I don't need to. Is it? Okay.
Not with the challenges, however.
Not with the challenges, but I can, if I don't make it by next reset, I can still jump in.
You can still go play it, yeah.
Okay.
And definitely get rewards. And get that 400 light Fatebringer and all the things that you would wish for.
But if I want the exotic one, I need to fit in the challenge this week.
You need to get those challenges in. Which, you really, for something like a Fatebringer, I mean a legendary version without the burn on it is still a great gun.
Yeah.
So, which is what I received from Atheon, as it's called now.
Atheon.
I
don't know if I can do that.
I say it ironically now, because it's really Atheon. Because you're gonna want like exotics, like Sleeper Simulant in your exotic slot, not a Fatebringer, unless you're running like a Nightfall or something, which that'll be great. That's why I'm gonna hold on to some of these adept versions of my Praedyth's timepiece that I got twice. I was happy about the first time.
Second time
at Atheon, not so happy, because I would have preferred, like, I don't know, anything else, like Vision of Confluence.
Oh, man. Was the loot a drop-in like it was for everybody in Crota?
Yeah. We got a lot of stuff from Challenge, from Atheon. Like, I got, from Challenge, I got a Fatebringer. Let me think here. I got a Fatebringer. I got a helmet. I got... What else did I get? Another Praedyth's Timepiece Adept. And then one other thing, but I can't remember what it was. So, I mean, I got, like, some decent stuff.
Awesome, man.
A lot of people got, like, Corrective Measures, Fatebringers, Visions of Confluences.
Yeah, I saw a couple people on Twitter finally got a corrective measure.
I've heard tale of new Vexes, although I haven't seen one myself, which would be really exciting to play with. So, and there's a new shader.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's a shader called, what is the name?
Did they show this off, the shader?
They didn't show it. They kind of kept that stuff under wraps. There's a ghost shell that you get from the Templar, and there's a shader that you can get from Atheon. It's like a blue color. It's something times something. I don't remember. I haven't seen it. I want to see it, but it's pretty cool.
I hadn't heard that.
But dude, here's the coolest thing that I got. Let me just tell you. I got some Warlock boots, and the ornament gives me 2 robot legs. Not one like the hunters. I got 2 big old clanky robot legs, dude. And it's probably the coolest thing.
Send me a screenshot of that.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna send them to you. It's probably the coolest thing I've ever gotten ever. Like ever.
That's cool.
It looks hilarious. So I definitely put that ornament on. And I got the Warlock Bond, and it has like the ornament for that one, or one of the ornaments, because there's 2. It's like a completely different looking bond that looks really cool. And yeah, so loot aside, Vault of Glass was really fun. The initial sections leading up to Templar were a bit shorter, little I won't say easier, but a little more streamlined to get through. But dude, Templar is really where it gets difficult.
It's the real deal.
That's the deal. Atheon, you can figure that challenge out a lot quicker. It seems on paper like it would be more difficult, but it's not. It's Templars where the problem is. Because you got to do no teleport. Okay?
Oh, boy.
That's easier said than done at 390 light. And we spent a few hours on Templar before we knocked that out.
Dude, just talking about the Templar just brings back so many memories, because
of dropping them off the ledge.
Dude, yeah, and just learning that, being able to run the relic and everything, and just man, it's just so fun. Vault of Glass.
It was a lot of fun though to tackle it. It felt very satisfying when we knocked it out. We tried a few different strategies that we looked up and read about and got recommended. The one that finally worked for us was the simplest one, of course. Once you get everything set up and you take out your confluxes, relic holder, his job is basically to bounce between the 2 teleportation spots and block the teleport after you bring his shield down. And then everybody else just hangs out by the center conflux area between those 2 tall pillars, if you know what I'm talking about. Just behind there, we just pop weapons bubbles and just go to town. Wow. And I think like third try on that, we knocked it out. So that seemed to be just the easiest because there was just less moving parts. I mean, there is a lot of pressure on the relic holder to get from place to place, and they've really got to be on the ball, very similar to, old Crota stuff with Sword Runner. But once they can get that down, then it went pretty smooth and it was done. So
very cool.
Be prepared when you run into that for the first time.
Yeah, was it the Dirt Fam team we were chatting about Titans? Like,
yeah. I think Titans? A bunch of people ran that with like 5 Titans, just so they would have like a bunch of bubbles, because another strat involves splitting up the party, like 2 people on one Templar teleport spot and then 3 people on another. So I think if you had like 5 Titans, you could just like hit bubbles and stand on that spot.
Wow.
And everybody else just DPS, and then you take turns. So that would work if you wanted to go that route.
If you know that many Titans.
We didn't have 5 Titans though. Like, we had like 3 Warlocks, 2 Titans, and a Hunter. So we had to make that work.
You would be a crew of Warlocks.
Yep.
The majority. That's cool though. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Sounds
and
fun.
then trying to think of some other fun stuff. I mean, we got through all the other stuff like normal. We didn't kill the Gorgons yet. That's a node in the book,
Oh, okay.
to kill all the Gorgons. We got to go back and do that. And then, we did Gatekeeper. Pretty straightforward there. No major changes, except you have 3 relics instead of 2 now. So in the beginning of Gatekeeper, when you bring down that particular Gatekeeper that's in the middle, he drops a relic. So you end up with 3 relics at the end instead of 2.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah. It actually makes it more complicated, because then you've got one less person with a gun.
Right, yeah.
So when you're going in to get the other relics, you've got to send all the people with guns in, and the other relic guys have to stay outside. So it actually made it a little more complicated. But then once you get through that, Atheon, not too bad. It's just timing. So basically the challenge is you've got to have every conflux destroyed by a different guardian. So everybody has to be alive, and the first 2 that get teleported in, they kill theirs, they leave. Other people are running in as soon as that's happening, taking out another 2. Another guy's swapping out. So like you're steady doing it, and then the last conflux gets taken out by the person with the relic, and then you exit, and then you go do a damage burn.
Okay.
Which you can do it in, if you were really on point, you could do it in 1. Which we were close. We could have done it in 1 on 1 run if we had everything just set up perfect. But we got them on 2 teleports.
Nice.
It went pretty
Everybody
well.
thought Challenge was going to be knocking him off the ledge, right?
Right. That would have been awesome.
Not so much.
Like trap him in a cage or something. Like falls
And then
into
he
a trap
falls out.
door.
Yeah. There you go.
That'd be great. So
But hearing you talk about it, man, just takes me back to my spreadsheet and I had that raid down to an art, dude. Doing LFG, I would always use Bungie's website to LFG before the Dirt Fam.
Everybody getting that Gorgon checkpoint for the chest, and then you go forward from there.
Yep.
Those were the days, man.
The old days.
The old days. Big shout out to Blue, Ranger, and Superman for jumping in with us on Atheon, because we were short 2 guys when we came back.
Nice.
They definitely helped us out in attacking that. So it was smooth sailing. So that went well. So that was like the highlight of my reset. One other thing I did finally accomplish was I got Raise Lighter this week.
Oh, nice, dude.
Which I've had the other two swords for a while, but strangely enough, never got Raise Lighter. So
Raise Lighter is the only one I have.
I went and did that strike with my buddy Darth Digits, so because he was getting another sword.
Oh,
he was getting Dark Drinker, and golly, that thing is a pain in the butt if you're trying to kill two of those knights. So I've got that. So I have all the swords finally. Yeah.
Congrats. Very nice.
So that was my reset, man. I've talked enough. What'd you do this week?
Well, I did not raid. I have not made it in a raid yet. I actually haven't been on a ton. You know,
well, you're getting ready for
things going on. But I did fit in like a couple small play sessions, and I did have a couple things happen that are definitely worth mentioning.
Yeah.
Like I said last week, way behind on this, but I needed a heavy weapon to hit 400.
Okay.
And popped a 3 a coin in a Crucible match. Sure enough, there's my exotic heavy weapon engram. Take it back to the tower. Booyah. I hit 400, man.
That's awesome. Finally,
you know,
dude.
as a trials guy, man, it still takes and I haven't even been playing trials for the last few weeks. This is the longest break from trials I've had yet. But it takes a while. But yeah, I hit 400. That was awesome. So then I've been running a few dailies. You know, I've been trying to get the free boxes.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been running some daily story missions, getting my old DIS full auto back out, and my Saint 14 and my Bubble Titan.
Nice.
So I've been running that, ran a strike, and I had to troll you on Twitter today, man, because I've gotten 5 free treasure boxes, free ones. I haven't bought any yet, and I got my NLB ornaments, which I just realized because I've got my game open here, puts a silencer on it.
Yeah.
I did not realize that. I don't know how
cool.
I missed that. Yeah, I thought it was just the digital camo effect or the green. But anyways, I also, in 5 boxes, I got my NLB ornament and I got the skull mask. I know, dude.
Dude, so many people have been like, first box, bro, skull mask, check it out. I don't have it yet, but I haven't.
You'll get it.
I haven't done my stuff to pick up my boxes this week, so I'm going to be doing that this weekend. I'm just going to cross my fingers.
Dude, I've got you know how I like to match everything. So I got this ship to drop that is just like the PlayStation exclusive one, the Timeless Terrascova.
Mm-hmm.
I got the needle and thread, which of course the thumbnail looks orange, white, and blue, but it's actually way more white with a little black and just a hint of blue.
I don't think I've seen that one.
I love it. So of course then I had to go get Mostly Cloudy, and then I got myself a white, blue, and black emblem, kind of matched my logo again, except more white. Got myself a white sparrow. And I gotta say, the skull mask, you know, my whole point in telling you all this is the skull mask looks pretty cool with it.
Really
dude.
Sets off your outfit,
it really does, especially now that my garrison is you know, matching everything.
Isn't it just awesome? Oh my gosh, dude.
You'll get it, man.
You know, speaking of ships, you know what I did get to drop? I don't even know how, but I flew into the reef and I had a Queen's package waiting for me from Petra. And I popped it open and I got Chasing Infinity, which is like super rare Queen's ship from, you know, the first month of Destiny you could only get
I still have
from
the
Queen's Wrath event. Super awesome, dude. I never thought I would get that ship.
Yeah, that's cool. That's
pretty
very
pumped.
Cool. Dude, I would just want to let you know, if I could give you my skull mask,
I know, man,
I would give it to you.
I know you would,
because it wasn't even like really fully on my radar. So just know that, buddy.
I'll get one, man, one day, and you know, if I don't, it just wasn't meant to be. You know,
there's always this thing called Destiny 2 eventually. So.
It'll return, right?
Yeah.
So
that's it for me, though, man.
You did a little bit of Crucible, right?
Yeah, just a couple matches, just enough to realize that I haven't been playing a ton of Crucible lately, so my shot's just a little off.
What did you see out there in the wild? What were people doing? What were they playing with?
I definitely still saw a couple NLBs.
Okay.
It feels there's definitely hand cannons, but I will say, on my character, I don't even realize this at first, but I have my NLB, one auto rifle that I think I transferred in after a match, and like I think every other slot's a hand cannon. They definitely feel different. They feel a little different.
A little different.
That range
adjustment, right?
Adjustment, yeah. So I don't know. It definitely got me. I actually even tried my DIS 47, my full auto that I was using for PvE. It's actually an excellent PvP role. So I was kind of goofing around with that a little bit too.
Nice.
But as far as what others were using, man, I played like 2 or 3 matches. So
yeah,
didn't see anything, too crazy out of the norm.
Okay. All right.
But fun stuff. Just enough to realize my shot's a little off.
Just enough to realize I need to practice. Well, I'll have to kind of shake the rust off next week with Iron Banner. We'll see how that goes.
Mm-hmm. Still loving the NLB. Just you gotta line that shot up before you get shot at.
Land it.
Yep.
Gotta land it, man. It's like a real sniper rifle again.
Shoot and leave.
So another thing we'll often be doing in Reset now is we may bring something different or special to talk about individually. Kind of like the old Up for Anything episodes, huh?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't have anything significant this week, however, besides a couple of things that will come up at the end of the show that other listeners would like to mention. So I'm going to kind of save what I was planning to talk about for that section. But do you have anything awesome that you would like to discuss before we move on?
I don't, man. Not in this really tackling format.
Slow news week, guys.
Yeah, I will say I randomly, this is completely random, but sometimes I'll driving around zoning out, I'll think of like a completely just random question that would be fun to ask you just on the spot on the show.
Okay.
So maybe I'll do that sometimes.
Start making a list that we can do that.
Especially if I have nothing.
We can make a question section where every week we ask each other a personal question.
Random personal question.
Yep.
That would be fun.
We'll call it Exposure.
Your derp host's exposure.
That's right. All right. But now it's time for a old segment with a new name.
Ooh. New spin.
What do they call it now, Air Knight?
Dude, we're going to call this, you guys are going to love it, Derp Fam Discourse.
There you go.
We've been asking you guys for a while now to send us questions, whether it's SpeakPipe or email. We've been getting more questions.
Yep.
And while the feels are usually still present, and we want this...
Can't discourage the feels.
Yes, please continue the feels, but we want this segment to be definitely kind of a community-focused, bring your questions, bring your feels.
Want to hear from you. Want to know what you're thinking about. We're always tossing stuff around. We want to toss some of your stuff around on the show.
Exactly.
Right? Cool.
There's just 2 of us. We can't... You guys are thinking about way more stuff while you're listening to us, and we want to hear it.
We only have so much imagination, guys. Come on. And so we got some good ones this week. We have 3 SpeakPipes lined up.
Oh boy.
And we've got some more that we're going to throw on next episode because we didn't want to put like 7 on one episode. So if you send us one, please be patient. We will use your SpeakPipe. Do not fear. Unless it's something really obnoxious like one of my fire team members sent me, which was actually not that obnoxious. It's funny, and I may put it on the show anyways.
It is funny. I listened to it. I did today.
Yeah, I see you, Tank. All right. First one we have from our very own community Derp Fam ambassador, Maddie Misfit, who just had a birthday. Happy birthday.
Yes, sir. Happy birthday.
Just had to throw that out there. Let's take a listen.
Hey Guardians, Maddie Misfit here. Just wanted to let you know my favorite part of the new update that Bungie gave us. It's got to be all of the old fam coming out of the woodwork and playing Destiny again. putting that disc back in their systems. I can't wait to play with all of you again. Iron Banner Mayhem Clash? ? Should be exciting. Can't wait to roll with the Dirt fam. Let me know your favorite part of the new update, and I'll see you Starsight Guardians.
Maddie, I love it. I love the feels. Everybody's coming out of the woodwork.
Yeah.
All the fam getting back together, the old raid teams joining back up.
Absolutely.
He even mentioned the possibly wanting the random Mayhem Iron Banner,
Right.
which we know isn't happening. That's okay.
One day.
One day.
I think it's kind of tough to say. I mean, the loot is always a big part of it, right? Everybody is really pleased with the new emblems. All of the new emblems they've thrown out on the book are really cool, and the raid challenge ones are really cool. Makes me even more depressed that they're not coming with us. But I think definitely the return of all the players population, that first night the update dropped, I guess last week, I had like 5 pages of friends on. I was like, this is great. Like, everybody's playing again. All my raid team came back. We ran Crota again for old time's sake. It was a lot of fun. So I think that
Bringing everybody back together.
I think definitely bringing people back together is my favorite. What about you, man?
It's surprising to me, like as we were talking about Destiny 2 earlier, part of my initial thought was, Age of Triumph sounds cool, and even as much as we play this game, like, is it really gonna be exciting to us, especially with all this Destiny 2 talk? But it is. It's neat. Like I want to log in anyways, but like I want to enjoy this stuff. And the other thing that I've noticed is all the way down to like the Crucible bounties giving you a legendary weapon, like the whole game carrying your Trials bounties over. It just seems so fine-tuned right now and so rewarding. And I don't know. We got a question about that too, and it's like I hope Destiny 2, while we don't need everything, the loot just raining from the sky, even though Cade said so, it's like I hope all the little systems and stuff are fine-tuned like this, because it just seems like everything you do, every bounty you pick up, every moment you're playing, it's like what they've been trying to get to,
Right.
I don't know, it seems like it's in such a cool place right now. I think one of my friends asked me the other day, said, what do you like, why, not necessarily why play right now, but like, what is it worth getting my light level back up? Like, what's the point in playing? And I'm like, it's actually just really fun right now.
Yeah, just for fun.
Fun to play. Yeah, it's fun to play. Like, that's,
it's like it used to be.
Think about it for a second. Yeah, that's what we play games for. And it is. Right. It's just rewarding and fun.
Yeah, it's tough with, this is definitely an investment game. And that's something that several people brought up in conversation this week was, this is fun and we're having a good time, but they're not sure, let's say after all these things rotate and we get all the new raids, like they're not going to be too incentivized to keep plugging away at it. It's fun, but this is also like to an extent kind of retreading old ground. I definitely have enjoyed the new challenges and the new spins on things, and that's given it some novelty. But there's going to be a portion of people that play it and then they take a break for the whole summer.
Which Bungie would probably even say, yeah, that's what we were hoping for.
Yeah,
get out there, have some nostalgic moments, and then we'll play some Crucible until we see you in Destiny 2.
I think that there's something to be said too. I think it would be really smart for a lot of players to take like a serious break before September 8th. Like I'm going to advocate for many people to like put the game away for like a month before, like I think it would be a good way to kind of air out before you like dive deep into a brand new investment game.
Yeah. Well, probably the show, I wonder, like in July or
August.
We'll be talking about like what we ate this week for lunch. No.
So these Fruit Loops, man, let me tell you,
so
dude.
Great. Well, we know we can talk about chips for hours.
So we're gonna have a cooking special. We're gonna have a chip special. Yeah, we're gonna get creative this summer, guys. Get ready.
That's funny.
No, we do have some fun stuff this summer.
Yes,
we are gonna get some cool people on. There's always stuff to talk about. Let's be honest.
There's always something.
We've made it this far, guys. Don't worry. We are going to keep you entertained and coming back, even if you're not playing Destiny.
Believe us.
We're on a wild tangent here.
We got another speed pipe. Oh man, this is a follow up from last week. Thaden sent us an email last week about Transmog. He wants to clarify his thoughts on it with a speak pipe. Yeah, let's take a listen.
Hey guys, Thaden here. I just wanted to clarify the email that I sent to you guys that you guys read with Clintus on the show about transmogrification. And my bigger concern with transmogrification is that there's a part of gear that inspires players to go and do something, whether it's trials or the raids or whatever. And for me, I remember year one for me it was Chatterwhite. I saw someone in this all white armor. I thought it was really cool, and it made me want to go do Vault of Glass. And I'm worried that might disappear if transmogrification is a thing, because I see that in WoW. People go back and get this old armor and make their new armor look like that, and you don't see the new stuff, and people don't have that drive to get that new shiny gear. Anyway, I just wanted to hear what you thought and get your feedback on it. Quick shout out to Joe Meaden, Manny G, Michael Moore, Joe Havoc, Jay Francis Gates, Milks, all those guys from that raid group. Sorry, I can't name you all right now. Love you guys. Thank you. Blade Dancer Masterclass.
Thaden, thank you for clearing that up. I think, I don't know. What do you think about this?
I definitely see what he means. Like when you see, not so much even, he mentions Chatterwhite, but if you see somebody with Trials gear, it may incentivize you to want to go play some Trials and check it out to get the gear. But if Transmog's truly, and more so the raids, I could see the raids like, oh, that raid gear is cool. I want to go run this raid, because Trials is kind of a little different. But but Transmog though, and I haven't played enough games with it. You have to acquire the gear? He said with WoW, people would just continuously run the old raid sets for their characters and transmog it into that. I did this some in Diablo, but could they not set it up a way to where, and maybe you already have to do this, where you have to acquire each in order to do what you want to do? Or is it just, once you have one you like, you can just, I guess the way different systems can be set up in games, you just keep, oh man, I like this gear. I'm always going to run this gear. I'm going to change everything I get to it, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good point. I think that there is something there though for having that new gear have some luster, Mm-hmm. I mean, I can definitely say like seeing, for instance, with the Trials gear from this year and the ornaments, mm-hmm. definitely gave it some special panaz. Like there's stuff like I still don't have a fully ornamented set of Trials gear from this year, and like that is something I want to have just because I've always wanted the full Warlock ornamented gear because it's cool as heck. So mm-hmm. like I'm gonna go back with intention to get that. Yeah, and so there is some draw there, and definitely so for all the cool raid stuff mm-hmm. that gets dropped. Like if you just have awesome looking armor, like you'll go in being like, I want the helmet. You know?
I want it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think he's definitely onto something. See, I remember typing up some notes, like thinking, initially I liked the idea of maybe having transmog in Destiny back when we didn't have, when everybody almost kind of looked the same.
Yeah.
Very often.
Yeah.
But now, Destiny is kind of a little different.
There's so
of a
much
game with its
variety
gear and
now.
stuff. Yeah. Now I honestly, I think that's where Thaden's at with it. I think I'm fine with it not being in the game.
I think that, after 3 years of adding new gear into the game, the economy definitely changes. But let's say going into Destiny 2,
right,
they're going to make a static number of stuff, and it could be a large number of stuff. But if they're able to use the system that we just got, where you can put ornaments that you earn on existing armor sets and get variations of those, or they look even completely different, that could be a really cool way of having more variety in the game, without having to say, how you have like 3 different armor sets you have to earn from an activity. Like it's like you get one, but it's really 3 different looks.
Right.
And that could be a way to have more variety in the game. But I personally, I'm satisfied with how we have it now. We can, they've basically brought most of the cool stuff back forward. Right. And if they're able to just allow us to, in Destiny 2, however the system works, just allow us to carry stuff with us, at least to bring it up in power, then I think it would work. It
really opens it up. Yeah.
I think it would work.
How would exotic armor even work? You almost couldn't do that, right? Like you couldn't transmog exotic armor.
Yeah, I know that their philosophy with exotics is definitely that they want them to appear, they want them to stand out so that when you see it, you know what it does and you can play to those abilities or against them, right? Say you're in the Crucible, like you see a guy with Twilight Garrison on, like you want to be able to recognize it and know without having to like go look at the perks on somebody that, this guy can like air dash. So I wouldn't think that they would want to do any kind of transmog with exotic armor, because you want to know, like you want it to look different.
I agree. Yeah. I say let's just be okay without transmog and let's get that card game in the tower.
Yes, I can vote for that.
I haven't mentioned that in a while.
Dude,
I haven't mentioned that in a while.
It's been like 10 episodes. Like, what up?
A little bit.
Dude, what do you think? Do you think they're going to have the card game in Destiny 2? Let's just...
I bet you we have some sort of mini game in the social space, dude.
Bruh.
Surely.
Just you wait, man. It's going to be so exciting. Like,
I don't know that we'll see it on May 18th.
If we see it on September 8th, you're going to flip your lid. I can't wait.
I am. I'm not going to, I don't know what content's going to be there. If I'm streaming, I'm just going to be sitting on a bench in whatever the social space is, playing cards.
Day one, launch day, you go in, you're playing cards with the Tower Sweeper bot. Everybody's like fighting Gary.
Dude, imagine
guys, check out this card.
Just come over and check this out, man. Imagine if the collector's edition was had a deck of cards with it or something. And nothing else. There's nothing hinting to anything. I would have flipped out for.
That'd be super.
Yeah. I still want that bound book of the Grimoire that we've seen people make themselves.
I know. No, and everybody that makes it are like, nah, I just made this for me. Sorry.
Yeah. There was and I don't remember his name anymore, a very cool dude we were chatting back and forth with on Twitter, and he's like, if I could sell them, I definitely would, but it's like,
definitely copyright infringement. Yes. Yeah. But it'd be really cool if they made that a product like this year or next year, like say, cool. Volume 1, like Destiny 1 Grimoire, and it was like a fully published book. Like, dude, that would be a super collector's item for any player.
I would read it.
Have that
at any loading screen while I'm playing.
Dude, imagine it indexed in the back, like where you could cross-reference stuff.
Yes. Oh man,
ooh, doggy.
Come on, Bungie.
All right. Can somebody hire us to do all the merchandising for Bungie, please?
Yeah. Everybody, if you think any of these things are good ideas, just like take that snippet of the show and tweet it to Bungie.
That could be my niche. Like how to get a job at Bungie. I could come from the merchandising angle.
There you go, man.
Let me holla.
That's how you'll infiltrate the headquarters from the merch.
All right, enough nerding out. We got one more speak pipe from our friend. I'm not the Blue Ranger. Hint, hint.
Just like a review. It's so weird.
Talking about a controversial topic right now. Let's take a listen.
Yo, what's up, gang? I'm not the Blue Ranger, and I'm calling in today to talk about the new boxes that came along with the Age of Triumph. I'm a huge fan of the armor sets that you can get from these different events. I always think they look really cool. I think that the shaders that come with them look neat, and I think that the way they chroma and throw on these different effects look really neat. So I always try to collect them. And in this box set, I have polled a number of my friends now, and it's up to 3 friends now. And between all of us, we have spent over $250, and we have received 7 pieces of armor. I'm the only one with a full set, and I didn't realize how lucky I was, and I have spent over $50 on this event. I think that the drop rate on these items is egregious. I have a real issue with how poorly they're dropping. I understand that you can get all these different things, the Spectar armor, which I got more of than I did from the specific loot for this event, and the emotes and things like that, but what I really want are these event-specific things, and I had to spend an insane amount of money, and people who spent more than me didn't even get as much as I did. I think this is a real problem, and it's a direction that kind of worries me. I hope that this is just a little last-minute push for Destiny 2 to get a little extra cash. I don't like it, but if that would be an explanation that I could accept. But I want to know what you guys have to think. Thanks so much for putting up with me once again. Well, not me, because I'm not the Blue Ranger. Bye!
I'm not the Blue Ranger. Thank you so much for that speak pipe.
Not Blue Ranger, if he hasn't made that clear.
No, it's the same guy that left us the iTunes review.
Interesting.
Just a faithful listener.
Mm-hmm.
Almost slipped up there at the end, but you know. So the treasure of the ages.
Have you gotten any armor pieces out of yours?
The 5 that I've opened, I'm happy with what I've gotten, as I mentioned, but no. No armor. I know from past conversations with you, I think you have some input on this. So here's the floor.
I mean, I've brought it up before in passing, but this only further reinforces the idea that they really seriously need a weight system on these packages. And as I've said before, perfectly understandable when they had all the different ones, Sterling packages, Dawning packages. They were very specific to a certain public event that was going on. But now that these have I guess hundreds of different items that can drop, the odds of you getting anything you actually want are so infinitesimal, it's almost embarrassing. And I had talked with Blue about this week, and I was like, send in a speak pipe so you can voice your views, because this is obviously needs to be said. I don't know why people are spending money on this, because the odds are so crappy, but they did. And the chance of you getting the armor set that you're supposed to be getting in this time frame is so small. If you tried to do this without buying anything, I doubt you would get it before Destiny 2 came out. If you're getting 3 a week, and I mean, how far is Destiny 2 away? 6 months, let's say. And you're getting 3 a week, that's 72 packages. By the odds that small sample size is computed, you still may not get a full set of this armor.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Age of Triumph armor. They could at least weight those particular pieces, the new stuff, to be a better drop rate. At the least. Yeah. But why can't they do smart loot with this? Why can't it look at your inventory in your kiosks and say, you know what, he already has the Skolas mask, or he already has 30 chroma. Because you know what, I got like 2 of these, and all they dropped was like chroma and 1 silver dust and some other nonsense.
Yeah.
Like, that was $1 worth of product, according to Bungie.
Right. Yeah. I watched More Consoles video. I was telling you a little bit about that, and he started with 13 of them he bought, and then 10, and then, I don't know, 15. And he ended up like 50 of them and finally got the full set, which is actually still not too bad compared to what Blue's telling us.
Dude, it's really absurd, and I really hope that someone from the investment team is listening and could at least consider building some more value into these packages.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, the highly sought after pieces, obviously the armor, the new armor, people want that. So, I mean, you don't want to give it to them every other box, but definitely not what Blue's experienced.
Just
in Blue and his
add
friends.
some weight to it so that it does not take $50 to buy a piece of armor.
Mm-hmm.
That's just kind of absurd.
For sure.
All I'm saying. Every time now,
You're making sense, man.
I really don't want to be like the guy that rages every time silver comes up. But just the implementation of some of this stuff is not always the best, in my opinion.
It all started with the skull mask.
Let's see what happens in Destiny 2. God, I hope it's not scary.
Tweaked a bit. Yeah.
I hope it's at least just a better system than what we have.
There's a lot of lore there with Eververse.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, anyways, that was a great section of Dirt Fam discourse. If you're listening, please share your thoughts, questions, concerns, or even shout outs to us. You can email us at destinyresetpodcast@gmail.com, or you can leave a speak pipe like all these gentlemen at speakpipe.com/destinyreset.
You can definitely do that, and we'll get a notification and be like, oh, sweet.
And be like, oh, snaps, let me listen to this.
Got another one.
Yeah, it's like special voicemails from the sky every week.
Exactly. Sounds beautiful.
All right, man. That's it this week.
Show.
Another show in the bag. Number 90.
Crazy.
Closing in on 100.
It's crazy.
As long as we keep things on track, we will hit episode 100 on June 20th.
Very cool. 100, dude. That's 100. Crazy. Craziness.
All right.
Where can they find us?
Well, where can they find you?
Oh, dang. What is my Twitter handle? Okay, you can find me on Twitter at The Arrow Knight with a 0. And YouTube and Twitch, it's Arrow Knight. What about you, man?
You can find me at Cyborg Sasquatch on Twitter and Twitch. And then finally, you can find us at Destiny Reset on Twitter, or you can go to our website, www.destinyresetpodcast.com, your source for all things DRP, including links to click and subscribe to us, which we would love for you to do on your podcast app of choice. And then finally, if you want to join the awesome community of the Derp Fam, look for the Bungie icon on our site. That'll click you through right to the Bungie.net group, which you can join. It is open, and you can see right there at the top of the forum a post by Mr. Arrow Knight on how to get involved from there.
Yes. We've got subclans open, guys.
Absolutely.
Jump in.
You can rock that DRP tag.
You'll probably think the names of them are pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. All right,
well,
man.
Dude, you know what? We got another iTunes review this week.
Nice.
Thank you, Siori.
Siori. That's how we decided your name was pronounced.
Sorry if that's not right. But we appreciate it. Appreciate the review. We also wanted to give a shout out. You know, a lot of people leave written reviews. Some don't. And we want to say thank you to everybody that's left us a starred review.
Yeah, that was nice too.
But didn't actually write anything. We appreciate that. You know, any review is very much appreciated.
We will take it.
Thank you so much.
Yep.
Cyborg.
Yes.
I guess, man. We'll chat, of course.
Yeah.
But
we'll talk again on air in a couple weeks, I guess.
In a couple weeks, yeah. That sounds like a plan.
I will try to not let the house burn down while you're away.
I'll miss you, and I'll miss all the listeners and the Dirt Fan. But you know what? I'll still be chatting with all you guys. It's not very long.
I know. We'll be okay.
You'll be fine. All right. Until next week, have fun playing Destiny, and take care, Guardians.